that you want to rewire your brain to do, you and nobody else in your life has that power to do that for yourself. You can rewire your brain. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video today. Today's video is going to be about becoming a new you, like truly becoming a new you, and the 5 very key things to becoming a new you and permanently, or hopefully permanently, staying that new you that you want to be. Alright, so I'm going to get right into the video without going on. Alright, so the first key thing to do when wanting to become a new you is to replace old habits with new habits. That may sound like so common that people say, oh, just takes a habit to replace a habit. But let me explain to you, all right? When you're replacing a habit, you need to, every time you feel like doing that old habit, you need to go do your new habit. And this is going to fall into some of my other points. But for example, if you're trying to live a healthier lifestyle and you usually go out to eat when you're bored, now when you're bored, you need to go find a new activity to do instead. Like, if you thought you would never play tennis, go to Walmart, buy some tennis rackets, and now whenever you're bored and you want to go out to eat for fun, and you're not even hungry, you just want to go out to eat for fun, go play tennis instead. Go play basketball instead. Go swimming instead. Make those your new habits. You know what I mean? I'm just using this as an example, but whatever habit you have, you need to find a replacement habit. So whenever you want to do this old habit, you need to do this new habit, all right? And who knows, you might even like this new habit better than your old habit, you know? So that's how you really end up changing, because habits, we are creatures of habit. Like, everything about us is a habit. The way we talk, the way we walk, the way we do this, do that, do this, do that. So habits are very, very important. It literally makes up who you are. So if you have a habit that you really want to get rid of and change for a healthier, better habit for yourself, definitely every time you want to do this habit, go do this new habit. Become great at this new habit. You know what I mean? So make it fun for yourself. If you want to find a new activity to replace this old activity, that's what you need to do. All right, the second key step to becoming a new you is to make the same decision for yourself every single day. Let me explain. So when people are trying to change their life, trying to change themselves, trying to change any aspect of their life, they think that they make a decision one day, and then that one decision they made that one day is going to hold for the rest of their life. I made this decision on March 3rd, so this decision should last until like 10 years from now. No, you need to make that same decision that you made on March 3rd every single day after that. You can't make a decision one time and expect that decision to make an impact on your life. You need to understand that when you're making a decision to change your life, you need to make that same decision every single day. If you're never going to drink alcohol again, you don't decide to not drink alcohol one day and then 5 days later, that decision that you made 5 days ago kind of wore off, you know? Like, you know how when you're really excited to do something, you make that decision and then a few hours later, you're like, I'm not that excited anymore about it. You know what I mean? So you need to make that same decision for yourself every day. You need to wake up and be like, I'm not drinking again today. I'm not drinking again today. I'm not drinking again today. Not holding on to, you get what I mean? Like, not holding on to that one decision you made that day. You need to make that same decision every single day. All right? All right, guys. Point number 3 on what you need to do when becoming a new you is rewire your brain. This one is probably one of the most important. I can't talk today. This is probably one of the most important points out of all 5 of the points, all right? Rewiring your brain, all right? You need to understand your brain. Your brain is a system. It has so many pathways of what you've trained it to do. Your brain is a sponge, and the power is within yourself to train your brain into who you are. All right, so if who you are has always been somebody that gets mad at someone doing this certain thing, you wired your brain to have that reaction to this certain thing, all right? So if every time this certain thing happens, you give that same reaction, You wired your brain that way to give that reaction every time that occurs. You get what I mean? Your brain remembers old reactions. It's wires, it's pathways that you've created in your head, in your brain, all right? So let's say one day you decide to finally rewire that. So every time this thing happens, your brain's like, oh, this is how we've always reacted, so we're going to do that again. Because we're creatures of habit, like I said, all right? So let's say that one day that thing happens again, but you decide, no, I'm going to react like this. Your brain's going to react. Well, not your brain yet. Yourself is going to react like that. And your brain's going to be like, hold up. We don't usually do that. And then the next day the same thing happens and you give that same new reaction. Your brain's going to be like, all right, is this what we're doing now? Like, are we reacting this way now instead of the other way? And once you keep training that pathway to be that same way, that's going to become the new pathway of your brain to that same reaction. All right, so you can apply that to anything, whether it's reacting to other people, whether it's reacting to your impulse of doing something, whether it's anything that you want to rewire your brain to do. You and nobody else in your life has that power to do that for yourself. You can rewire your brain. You can change your reaction to something. Oh, this is a perfect example that I gave actually my mom the other day. So me and my mom go on walks every night. We go on a walk together, right? An hour walk around the streets. So we go on a walk every night. And some nights she's like, oh, I'm tired. I don't feel like going. I'm like, you being tired is the nights that you need to go. Because if every time you're tired, you train your brain like, oh, I'm tired. We're not going to do it today. That is going to be your brain's reaction every time you're tired. That, like, if you're lazy, that is when you need to be like, we're going. Because that's going to be your brain's reaction to whenever you're lazy now. So every time you feel like giving up, if your automatic reaction is to give up when you have that feeling, that's what's going to happen. Your brain is so powerful, but you're even more powerful than it. All right? You have the power to train it. So don't think your brain is in control of you. No, you're in control of your brain. And every time, like I said, every time you feel a certain way, you have the power to make a different decision from how you're feeling. And then that feeling is eventually going to change because you didn't let it change you. All right? So rewiring your brain is a very, very, very important step in this process of becoming a new you. All right? All right, point number 4 in becoming a new you is to love yourself enough to make these changes, all right? Let's say you are doing this, like, would you really have the motivation to finish anything for your enemy? Like, if you had an enemy, right, or you have someone you don't like, would you really stick to something for them? You wouldn't, right? So if you don't like yourself, if you don't love yourself, if you don't value yourself, if you don't see your worth, you're not going to finish anything positive for yourself because you don't love yourself. Why would you finish something for your worst enemy? Why would you finish something for someone you don't even see being worth finishing it for? So, big step in changing yourself, you need to love yourself in order to stick to what you're doing. So, know that you're worth it. Know that you're valued. Know that this is for you. So yeah, know that this is for you. Like, you need to be your own biggest believer, own biggest supporter. And if you don't love yourself, at least like yourself enough to get to the point where you can love yourself because you made this incredible change for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, nothing builds confidence more than achieving something for yourself by yourself. Like, that alone will make you end up loving yourself. So just at least like yourself right now to do this for yourself and become this person that you're literally in love with. All right, so this is for you. Stick to it. Love yourself enough to stick to it. All right, guys, so this is my 5th and final point on how to become a new you in this life. All right, it's to never stop learning on why your old habits were bad. So if you do not learn and really educate yourself on why your old habits were bad, it will be that much easier to return to them. I promise you. If you do not get enough knowledge and become disgusted with your old habits, you'll go back to them. Like me, for example, let me use something with myself, for example. Me going vegetarian. I became disgusted with meat. That is why I never ate meat again. Me becoming vegan. I became disgusted with dairy. That is why I never had dairy again. Had I not changed my mind, my actions would have just been a temporary change. You can change your actions, but once you change your mind, you change your life. You have to fully learn and understand why you're doing what you're doing. You can't just change your actions without changing your mind. That is the recipe for disaster. That is the recipe of falling back into who you were before. If you do not truly become disgusted with who you were before, if you don't make yourself disgusted to that person, you're going to eventually return back to that person because you don't see a problem with returning. Alright guys, so that completes this video for the 5 points that I think are very important when it comes to changing yourself for the better and permanently. So if you guys agree with any of the points, if you want to add any points, as always, I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you liked the video, please become part of the family and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoy these type of authentic videos where I literally just sit in my car and talk to you. If I'm being honest, like, I enjoy editing videos. I enjoy, you know, doing the little funny skits in the beginning and stuff, but like, out of all the videos I've posted so far, my favorite video is my first one, where I literally just got in my car, turned on the camera, and spoke to you guys. That is how I am naturally as a person, and sometimes, like, when you're getting in front of a camera, it doesn't feel as natural. Like, I wish I could catch conversations in my real life and put them for you guys, you know what I mean? I just like the authenticity in a video. So that's why I just resonate towards car videos and literally just talking to you guys one-on-one as a person, like, you know? Yeah, I prefer these. I hope you guys do too, but I'll see you guys next time.